My name's Savannah Ashmore, and I am an artist who's born and raised in Grand Junction, Colorado. I like to work primarily in watercolor and ink right now, but I really like a variety of mediums. I really love to paint with gouache and acrylics and draw with graphite, and I also have my iPad, and I like to do digital artwork with Procreate on there. And just really any medium I like to experiment with and not limit myself to too many things, but right now I'm really enjoying the watercolor and ink drawings and stuff like that. So the work I've been working on recently is comparing the ephemeral nature of flowers and the ephemeral nature of memories, and really comparing those two things. I've been trying to think back on memories that I have and relate them back to sort of some blooms of a flower that is associated with that memory, and illustrating those and trying to make like a window into that memory so I can look back and really reflect on the nature of those two things. And I really like to use watercolor and ink to make a really tight, precise line drawing, and then use the really flowy nature of the watercolor on top of that, and just play with those two contrasting mediums. And that's what I've been working on recently. And with my creative process, I really just think back at some memories with flowers and then start with a sketch of those, and then I do the line drawing, the ink drawing on top of that sketch, and then watercolor last, so it really feels like a beginning to end process. In my studio I have a record, and I brought it into the 970 West studio space, and I really found that having an album that I listen to every time I start creating helped kind of jumpstart all of my creative juices. And whenever I walked into my studio, I'd just put on my record and start working from there, and it really helped me flow more easily into the work, and it was really awesome to have sort of a soundtrack of my creative process. Everyone who came into my residency events and open studio hours, they really came in with just a lot of open curiosity, and that was really exciting for me to experience. Everybody was just excited to be able to have the opportunity to make something and kind of take the pressure off and have somebody lead them through that. And I had one young boy in my in my studio hours who came in, and I just gave him materials, and he painted quietly for like an hour, and it's just really nice to see that creativity just like captivate him and kind of snowball those ideas on and on. It was really exciting to see other people get wrapped up in creativity. It was really exciting. I hope my art brings to others the ability to look at the creative process as a more journaling and expressive route to just making something. I really hope that people can see that I'm trying to just express myself, and that they can do that as well. I would really like not only for it to be pretty to look at, because that's what I want to make, but I would like it to be an example of a way to express yourself in a way that has not as much pressure, or just a fun, exciting way. What inspires me to create is probably a lot of natural flora and fauna that is around me. I grew up in the desert and grew up in the valley, so I really love all of those natural plants, and seeing how they are in different seasons and how they bloom and stuff like that. And then I also like to use my art process as sort of a journal, and I like to sort of compare natural elements of flowers and stuff like that to maybe memories or ideas that I have, and try to use it as kind of like a journal of my life to express myself. So after my residency, right now I'm working on a couple shows. I'm going to have some artwork up at Ramblebine Brewery for February, and just continue working on some shows to go on after that. And then I really would like to start building up my portfolio of a lot of personal work and continue working on my sort of memory floral pieces. And then I'm also going to work on building a portfolio and try to experiment with being a tattoo artist. I'd like to find a tattoo apprenticeship and learn that medium and just be curious about a new avenue of creating and working on that.